Hello everyone. Namaskar. My name is Ashish Bajaj. I hereby welcome to all of you. I welcome you for the today's session that is US CPA, a gateway to global career. It's an honor to have CA Kamal Chabra ji, who is having enormous knowledge of how to enter US CPA. Let me tell you about something our platform that is connecting professional foundation. We are a registered trust. We are having many professionals in our foundation as a member, who is a chartered accountant, company secretary, banker, CMA, and the purpose and motto of the this foundation is to that we have to work with each other. We here try to make reference. We here try to help each other by sharing assignments, by sharing manpower. A person can share his work at no cost also sometimes, because the referrals or the manpowers are given by the another professionals. So earlier we had started in this kind of platform in the July 2019. Now it has been more than 2 years, and we are having more than 600 members as on date. So I really thank to all the members who are associated with us. Now I would like to share something about Kamal Chabra ji, who is going to deliver our session. I would like to read his profile first, and then I will hand over mic to him regarding delivering the session. Uh, it's a short introduction about Kamal ji. Kamal Chabra ji is an experienced chartered accountant with an overall experience of 15 years plus of experience. He is currently leading KC Globe, an edutech company, as a CEO and lead instructor. KC Globe is currently into providing international education to Indian students with the short-term mission of bridging the knowledge and experience gap between the national and international candidates. The company has long-term vision to make education most accessible and affordable to everyone on the earth by creating one globe, one education system. Before starting with KC Globe, Kamalji was associated with EY Global Delivery Services Assurance Practice as a senior manager. He was jointly leading a team size of 230 plus professionals, which is one of the largest US offshore assurance commercial team in EY GDS America Assurance Practice. Kamalji has a rich experience of handling clientele in USA, Africa, Middle East, and India during his tenure with renowned organizations like EY, PwC, and Indorama Group. He is also director of the International Relations in North America for MSME and Startup Forum Bharat. He has diverse experience of audit and business advisory for many G360 companies, mid-sized public and private limited companies. He has successfully cleared many PCAOBs inspections on his SEC listed clientele in USA. He has majorly worked on automobile, technology, life sciences, diversified products, and real estate industries. His key expertise is in financial statement audit, tax audit, limited review, and other compliances audit under US GAAP, IFRS, NGAAP, and Indian GAAPs. He has experience in implementation of digital audits, which include implementation of data analytics, robotics, process solutions, artificial intelligence in audit processes to bring highest level of efficiency and economy on the engagement. He has extensively worked on many complex accounting and auditing matters, including implementation of new accounting standards like US GAAP, ASC 606, ASC 842, ASC 326, IFRS 115 and 16, and Companies Act in India. So now, without taking too much time, I would like to request Kamal Chabraji to deliver on the session so that we can have his enormous knowledge on the subject. Thank you. Thank you, Kamal.
Thank you, Ashish ji, for the wonderful introduction. And from our side, our team member Arisha Sharma is also here. She's being our educational counselor. Thanks, Arisha, for joining. I'll not take much of your time. Directly, I'll jump into the presentation, in which we'll walk you through the entire, you can say, journey from like what all questions you have in mind when you think about like global career, when you think about US CPA, when you think about how to set up your own practice as become a US CPA, right? So all the questions generally comes into your mind. I'm sure more than 80% of them would be covered in this presentation. But even after that, if you have any question, any doubt, feel free to type in the chat box, comment box. We have Arisha and Ashish both are taking the notes of all your questions. And at the end of the you can say presentation, we'll be having a comfortable time to discuss all your question and respond to all your question. But by any chance, if you have missed any question or if you may not be able to answer any specific question, we'll be more than happy to write back to you, right? So without wasting much of your time, I'm just sharing my screen and we'll take you to the presentation directly. Can you all see my screen?
No, sir.
Can't see.
Yes, now it is.
Uh,
It has again gone back.
yeah, I think there's some time lag. So let me try again. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So his PowerPoint is visible. Presentation is
Yes.
visible too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool. Okay, so let's get started. Thank you very much. Thanks to the connecting professional. Thank you everyone for joining and taking out your time, especially on Saturday evening. I know we all are professionals. We have Monday to Fridays jam-packed schedule, and especially on Saturday evening, we are sparing your time. Thank you very much for your precious time, and thanks a lot again to connecting professionals, especially to Ashish ji, for making this happen. So, without wasting much of your time, I'll directly jump into the presentation. First thing first would be the agenda. So how we have created this agenda is based on like most of the questions come in the mind of any candidate who wants to look at their profession or career path to becoming a, you can say, global professional, especially in the field of commerce, accounts, audit, international taxation, business advisory, risk management, those kind of profiles. So what is going on in the market? Most of you are already a chart accountant. You already know like US CPA is something the best one at this point of time going on. So what's we have kept, how we have created this agenda is based on our, you can say, experience of interacting with the candidates, what all questions generally a candidate asks. So we have summarized all those questions in an agenda so that it will ease out all your questions and it will definitely cover more than 80% of the question and doubt which you have in your mind about the US CPA, about the global career after becoming a US CPA, what are the benefits, what are the do's, what are the don'ts, and how you can set up your own practice after becoming a US CPA. So if you see the agenda, why I should think about doing a US CPA, most of you are already a chartered accountant, which is very well known across the globe professional degree. Then why I should think about doing a US CPA? So that is something we all need to understand. Is it required for me to do the US CPA or being a chartered accountant, CS, or you can say lawyer, or maybe like if you're a, you can say ICWA, is that be comfortable or sufficient enough? So we'll be answering all those questions in agenda item first, so that once you understand why US CPA is being required for you, then probably rest of the agenda item you will automatically absorb and grasp the thing. Once you understand and feel comfortable why I should think about choosing US CPA as my career path. So next agenda item what we have kept over here is what is US CPA? Like who is the governing body? What all curriculum in it? What all expertise you will be getting? What all authorities you will be getting? What all domains you would be working, right? In this second agenda item, we'll be answering all these questions. Once you understand why I should think about doing a US CPA, what is an US CPA, the next question naturally arises in the mind of any candidate, how I can become a US CPA. So in the third agenda item, we have covered overall process end to end to become a US CPA, whether I'm eligible to do that. If I'm eligible, then what next I need to do, how I need to do my evaluation, what all transcript requirement, what all you can say admission requirement, and how I can sit for the exam, right? So in the third agenda item, we'll be covering end-to-end journey, how you can become a US CPA, right? Then in fourth agenda item, to becoming a US CPA, you definitely need a support of both like mentor as well as counselor and a perfect study partner. In the fourth agenda item, we'll be sharing the details what all support we will be providing you in throughout your journey to becoming a US CPA, right? and at the end we all are Indian, you know. So what is the cost involved in it? That's the most important part for each one of us. So in the fifth agenda item, we'll be sharing you end to end everything relating to the cost from the start to the completion of your CPA. What all things, what all nuts, bolts, and cost of all those nuts, bolts you will be end up incurring by doing a US CPA. So I'm sure by this agenda, looking at this agenda, you all might be excited to dive into, right? So I'll not waste much of your time. I'll directly jump into the first agenda item. Why you should think about doing a USCPA? Why I should think about doing a USCPA? I'm also a chartered accountant like you, you know. So I did my CA when I was like 24-year-old, and then finally I end up doing a USCPA when I was 36. You know, after like 12 or 13 year of experience being a chartered accountant, work in India, almost in 14 states of India, and work in Dubai, Nigeria, Senegal, USA. And then finally, I realized, no, I need some degree like this who has global acceptability as well as international career and who can help me setting up my practice, global practice anywhere across the globe. You know, after 12 years of my chartered accountant, I started my CPA, and just in 8 months I did all the four exams, right? So why I have thought about doing a US CPA, or why you can think about doing a US CPA, we'll be discussing all those facts and figures and numbers here. You know, if you look at like in your daily routine life, you know, the laptop you might be using, either it may be like HP, Lenovo, Dell, Apple, right? They all are US product. You know, day in day out you might be doing a lot of shoppings every day, you know, and most of the time in a day you might be using Amazon. That's also a US product, right? So if you look at your mobile, either it would be Android based or it would be iOS based. They all are US based product, right? And if you, I'm sure you all might be using Google more than 10 times in a day. I use like more than 100 times. I'm sure you might be using more than 10 times in a day, right? They all are US based product. If you look at your lifestyle, the day you start and the day you end, it's being impacted and influenced by the US based MNC. And you will be amazed to know in India, more than 75% MNCs are US based MNCs. And globally, if you look at across the globe, more than 34% MNCs are US based MNCs. And if you look at the number of Fortune 500 MNCs, more than 50% of Fortune 500 companies are US based MNCs, right? And second important thing here to know, all these US based MNCs have very huge presence in India as well as across the globe, which make this course as a US CPA more acceptable in the market. Second important thing here to know is the mutual recognition agreement and MOUs. You know, like most of you are chartered accountant, company secretary, or ICWA, or like lawyer. Our professional body also have MOUs with many countries, right? Same way, US CPA is being governed by AICP, American Institute of Certified Public Accountant. They have memorandum recognition, mutual recognition agreement between US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, Scotland, Ireland. So in all these countries, if you want to go and get settled, you do not need to sit for any additional exam because they have mutual recognition agreement. That means if you are a US CPA, you would be considered as Scotland CPA, you would be considered Australian CPA, you would be considered as Canadian CPA, you would be considered as Mexican CPA. You don't need to sit for any additional exam for them. And with more than 90 countries, they have memorandum of understanding. That means US CPA would be considered as equivalent degree in their respective country. And most of these countries are developed nation, whether it's like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Muscat, or if you look at like entire Europe, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, most of the country, they have like memorandum of understanding, right? So that make it these two basic things. One, the global presence of the US based MNCs, which make it more acceptable to the market. Second, the memorandum of understanding and memorandum of recognition, which AICPA has with their similar body in the respective country, that make it more global. recognized and acceptable, right? And you know, to do the US CPA, you all need to do is just to pass four exams. And now those exams are happening right here in India. In the next slide, I'll show you what all location where you can sit for the exam. And if you see, this help you building your international career. You can work in MNC or you can do your own US CPA practice right sitting here in India. There's no requirement to be a citizen of US to do the practice of US CPA. There is no residential requirement as well, even though no visa requirement to set up the US CPA practice. You can do US CPA practice either from US, Canada, Mexico, Europe, UK, Australia, Canada, Belgium, anywhere across the globe, and here right here in India. It's no more residential, no residential requirement at all. And at this moment, this course is in the highest demand and has high growth potential. Why? I'll tell you the number. You know, most of you are accountant and from commerce background, you can understand the numbers and economics very well. You all have studied somewhere or the other in our life all the economic demand and supply rule, right? Whenever we know demand is high and supply is low, the price will automatically go high, right? If you say in next 3 year, Indian market required more than 100,000 US CPA, that much demand is in within the India itself. And you know the actual number of supply? If you see in last 3 to 5 year average, we are supplying 3,000 to 4,000 US CPA every year. That means if the demand is of 100,000 US CPA and supply is 3,000 to 4,000 US CPA, you all are commerce student. You can do the math. You know, when demand is so high and supply is so low, the price will automatically go high. That means that will give you the premium, that will give you the premium salary, and that will give you the premium professional fees if you're planning to do US CPA practice of your own. So that's the main reason why I have chosen to become a US CPA after 12, 13 year of my qualification. And I can definitely say choosing a US CPA will definitely give you a kick jump to your career path, both if you want to work in an MNC, then also, or if you want to do your own practice, or if you have already a practice, it will take your local practice to a global practice for sure. Right? Any doubt or any question around this, what we have discussed so far, feel free to type in the comment box or chat box. We are more than happy to take up all your question after the end of this slide deck. So it has only four exams. Now all the exams are happening right here in India. And this is the highest accounting credential of US. Right? So without wasting much time, I'll jump to the next slide, which is the examination center, right? In the last slide, we said exams are happening right here in India. So these are 8 examination center where exams are happening. One is Gurgaon, which is very much close to most of you. We have in Ahmedabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Trivandrum, Chennai. So these all are examination center what we have in India. If you need more detail, feel free to write us. And these all are the company who hire US CPA in abundance. You know, all these public accounting firm, whether it's like Deloitte, EY, PwC, KPMG, Grant Thornton, BDO, Mazar, and many more. These only public accounting firm required more than 65,000 US CPA in next 3 to 4 years. Can you imagine such a big demand? These all big, you can say, public accounting firm have. And if you look at like financial services company, Bank of America, World Bank, American Express, MetLife, Goldman Sachs, right? JP Morgan, McKinsey, HSBC, Citibank, BNP Paribas, they all required huge number of USCP every year. And if you look at like Fortune 500, 3M, S&P Global, Capgemini, HP, Adobe, Accenture, Amazon, Flipkart, Apple, Caterpillar, Cisco, Coca-Cola, DuPont, Dell, you name it, any industry, you'll definitely find the big giant of a US-based MNC, strong presence in that particular industry, right? And I'm sure many of your friends, family member, or relatives might be working in these companies. So you can easily correlate what I'm saying to those experience which you already have, right? We have seen in last year, like Google has opened second largest office. Despite of having COVID, they have made such a big investment to open the second largest office in India. And this year, Amazon is making second largest office of Amazon in India. And we have seen like Tesla is coming up with the EV plant here in India with more than $20 billion investment, right? Apple is moving their manufacturing setup from China to India with more than $7 billion of investment. And last year, we all have heard like Facebook have made more than $10 billion investment in joint venture with the Geo. They all are solid proof in front of you how US based MNCs are increasing this landscape in India. And these all MNCs required huge number of US CPA. And especially if you're a CA plus CPA, it will give you definitely a great edge, right? If you have any question why I should think about doing a US CPA as my career path, feel free to type in chat box. Now we are moving on to the next agenda item. What is a US CPA? So far we heard about why I should think about doing a US CPA. Now moving on to what is US CPA? Who is the governing body? Like in India, for Institute of Chartered Accountant of India is the governing body of CAs. Same way, ICSI is a governing body of company secretary, right? So same way in US, American Institute of Certified Public Accountant is the governing body for the CPAs. In addition to that, US State Board of Accountancy is also a governing body for the US CPA. They all being like US State Board of Accountancy are majorly for administrative purpose for your admission and licensing part, but overall examination and professional code of conduct and all you can say curriculum is being conducted through the American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, right? What all expertise you'll be getting by doing a US CPA? One, you'll be getting a US GAAP expertise and the IFRS expertise. This is the only course which provide both US GAAP as well as IFRS expertise. If you look at any other course in the world, they are just focusing on their local GAAP or IFRS. This is the only course which is covering across the globe because most of the country are following IFRS and US is following US GAAP. So by doing this course, you get an accounting expertise across the globe, right? Second expertise, you'll be getting a PCOB and AICPA auditing standard. Like how in India we have ICI who issue auditing standard for auditing the private company, and we have SEBI who issue the auditing standard to audit the public company. Same way in US, we have AICP, American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, who issue the auditing standard to audit the private company. And for the public company, we have Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, which is called PCAOB, who issue the auditing standard for auditing the public company. These two standards are, you can say, are the benchmark which all other body across the globe consider when they are drafting their own auditing standard. That means by doing this course, you'll be getting a top-notch understanding of the auditing standard across the globe, which is being followed. Third expertise, you'll be getting SEC rules and regulation. How in India we have SEBI, who issue rules and regulation for the company, how they need to maintain corporate governance, how they need to maintain internal control, what all audit committees' roles and responsibilities are, right? All those things. Similarly, we have a body called SEC, Security Exchange Commission in USA, who issues rules and regulation for the governance of the listed company in USA, how they need to maintain corporate governance, what all committee they need to form, how many independent director they should have in respective committee, how to appoint auditor, how to appoint board of director, and all those stuff, right? So those rules and regulations are top-notch rules and regulation in the world, or you can consider as the benchmark of the rules and regulation which other body in the different part of the world consider while drafting their own rules and regulation. That means by doing a US CPA, you will be getting an expertise of top-notch rules and regulation of Security Exchange Commission, which across the world consider as the benchmark when they are drafting their own rules and regulations. And the most important thing is the US taxation. You all are commerce students like CS, CS, ICW, and you have done like commerce graduation, right? I'll tell you the facts over here. Like in entire India, we are more than 140 crore population. In the entire India, we have less than 9,000 US tax experts. Can you imagine how tiny the number is and how big the demand is? In the next 3 years, we required more than 65,000 US taxation experts in India market. And within the US also, their population is around like 35 crore to 40 crore. And in the entire US, we have less than 57,000 US taxation experts. Within the US also, there's a huge demand for the US taxation expert. So by doing the US CPA course, you'll be getting an expertise of US taxation. And after doing US CPA, you can do the job or you can do your own practice in the domain of accounting, finance, auditing, attestation, international taxation, US taxation, business advisory, risk management, forensic, and many more. And after that, if you take the license, you can get the authority of signing the financial statement under the US GAAP, right? These all covered through the US CPA, right? If you have any question, any doubt on this slide, feel free to type in the comment box or chat box. And now we are diving into the exam pattern. So far we have understand why I should think about doing a USCPA. What is in USCPA? Like what all things I'll be getting an expertise or who is the governing body, what all I can do. Now coming right into the examination part. So these all are four exams. Throughout the journey, we are saying it's only four exams. So these are the four exams. First is financial accounting and reporting. Then we have auditing and attestation. We have regulation, and we have business environment and concept. Financial accounting and reporting, audit attestation, and business environment and concept is 80 to 85% same what you have already learned in your graduation, in your CA, CS, ICWA, or MBA, whatsoever the commerce study you have done. So what next you need to do is just to top up your knowledge by 15-20% and you are done with the USCPA. So what are the differences, in accounting? So whatever the difference in between Indian accounting standard and US GAAP and IFRS, that is something a top up understanding you need to build for the accounting standard. What are differences between auditing standard in India and auditing standard in US? That is the difference is something you need to learn more. Business environment and concept, this one would be more than 95% same what you have studied in your commerce graduation, in your CS, CS, ICWA, or MBA in the commerce if you have done. It's only 5 to 10% global economy or some right and left, which you need to top up in your understanding, and you're done with that exam. Now, coming to the regulation part. So, first two things, which is 30% of the examination, is ethics and professional responsibility and business law. This is 100% same what you have studied in your graduation, CA, CS, ICW, or MBA program. Only new things you would be learning is the 70%, which is a US taxation, which is completely different than Indian taxation. So there only you need to pay some more additional attention and you need to learn from scratch. But other than that, if you look at the entire curriculum, I'm sure you would feel yourself very comfortable and familiar with the numbers and details over here, right? And the exam is 50% multiple choice question and 50% simulation. Multiple choice question, we all know there would be one question and four options to it. You need to select the best right answer to it. In the simulation, they will give you, might be like if I say an example in accounting, they will give you a trial balance, then ask you to draft profit and loss account, balance sheet, or cash flow, so on and so on. Maybe sometimes they give you like facts and ask you to do the bank reconciliation. That's already in your blood. You're doing that things from like 11th standard in your course, right? Nothing rocket science in it, but we are here to help you in each step. right? And each exam is of 4 hours, and you will get 15-minute allowed break for that each individual exam as well. And all the exam, it's not required you need to sit in one go. You can sit any exam in any sequence in any day and any time you like it. The examination window is open 365 days in a year. Do not need to think like when I need to sit for the exam. Whenever you are ready, you can sit for the exam accordingly, right? Any doubt here? What is US CPA? Feel free
Sir,
to
only
ask.
one. Sir, only one doubt is there. Whether the licensing is different from the degree that you acquired first. For
Yes,
practice, you have to take licensing, I think.
yes. Same like how in India, first you need to be a qualified chartered accountant, then you need to apply for COP. Same
Right.
way, first you need to qualify CPA, then you need to apply for license.
Okay.
So far, we have covered why I should think about doing a US CPA and what is in US CPA. Now we are diving into the third agenda item, how I can become a US CPA, right? To become a US CPA, first you need to check your eligibility, whether I'm being eligible to do US CPA or not, right? To sit for US CPA exam, you require 120 credits. How this 120 credit is being calculated. So every year of commerce graduation will give you 30 credit. That means you will get 90 credit of your commerce graduation. Then if you have done CA, CS, ICWA, that will give you additional 60 credit. If you have done CA intermediate, ICW intermediate, or CS intermediate, it will give you 30 credit. If you have done MCOM, it will give you additional 60 credit. If you have done 1 year of MCOM or 1 year of MBA, that also give you 30 credit. So 1 year additional education after your commerce graduation is sufficient to have 120 credit and make you eligible to sit for the USCP exam. So if you are a commerce graduate and then you have done like CA intermediate or ICW intermediate or CS intermediate or 1 year of MBA, 1 year of MCOM, or maybe a 1 year of post graduation diploma in account and finance, then it's sufficient for you to sit for the USCP exam, right? So first thing is eligibility. Second, once you are eligible, how you will be taking the admission in it. First, you need to take the transcript of your bachelor degree, master degree, or professional degree from your respective institute or university from where you have studied. Then you need to send those transcript to NASBA. NASBA is an examination body of AICPA. They do the evaluation for your transcript. That means they do the cross verification of your transcript, which you have sent is being genuine or not, right? And after the evaluation is done, the next step is to take the admission with any state board out of the 55 state board we have in US, right? So this is the admission process. In this entire journey, we have Arisha and her team who would be helping you out to end in this process. Next is examination. So once you have feel you are eligible, then you have done your admission, then examination stuff, right? For examination, first you need to start study. For that, you need to buy a learning management software, that is must. We provide you Surgeon CPA review course, which is a Surgeon learning management software, who is the number one company of the learning management software in USA, and for which we are like wholesale distributor for the pan India market for the learning management software. So we'll give you their learning management software, and also we'll give you the live classes in which myself and the couple of other professors we teach end to end all the subject line by line to you. Second is once you have taken the admission, when you have studied it, now you are feeling comfortable to sit for the exam, then you can schedule your exam, which is called notice to schedule exam. Like I said earlier the exams were in US, then it was in Dubai. Now from last year, they have started the examination center right here in India. So you do not need to fly anywhere in the different part of the world. You can sit for the all 9 examination center, which I have shown you earlier, right here in India. And the examination window is complete 365 days, right? And then passing score is 75. Maybe to the number it seems good. If you see the national average pass percentage is 50 to 55%. We all know for CA, CS, ICW, average pass rate is 5 to 10%. That means it's 9 to 10 times easier than CA, CS, and ICW, right? And the passing window is 18 months. That means the day you clear your first exam, in after that, from that date, in next 18 months, you need to clear rest of the three exam. Otherwise, the first exam will lapse and the next rolling window will start from the day you cleared your second exam, right? So this is about eligibility, admission, and examination. And after that, if you want to take the license to do the practice, then you would be requiring 150 credit. That means you should be BCom plus MCom or MBA or BCom plus CA, CS, ICWA. So you need to do additional 30 credits. Simultaneously, you need to make sure if you want to take the license. If you are already a CA, CS, ICWA, MCom or MBA, or you have multiple degrees, you are completely eligible to take the license. But if you are not, then you need to do 1 year of additional study as well in finance and accounts domain, right? Then in some state required like ethic exam, some state required 12-month experience, and some state do not require. So it's on your choice from which state you want to take the license, and you can hold the license of multiple state as well. There is no restriction, right? Any doubt here on how to become a US CPA and
Sir,
requirement of CPA license? We are more than happy to answer.
sir, enrollment is taken to be nation as a whole or state wise? How it is to be done?
Yeah, so
Enrollment.
in US we have 55 state. You need to take admission in any one of the states. So those state board of accountancy are for administrative purpose, for admission and result publication or licensing purpose. But exam is uniform CPA exam, which is conducted by NASBA, which is an examination body of AICPA.
And what about 18 months passing window that you told that if we have passed one exam in one and then within 18 months you'll have to qualify all the four exams.
No,
And
rest
what
of the
happens
three. No? So
rest of
it's
the
a
three, right?
yeah. So yeah, let me elaborate through an example or through an illustration. It's a rolling window basically. For example, you have started US CPA, let's say in the month of September 21, right? And in January 21, one student, one candidate has sit for the first exam, and luckily the candidate has cleared this exam, right? Then the candidate has planned the second exam in June 22. And luckily, the candidate has cleared the second exam in June 22. Then candidate has planned third exam in December 22. And luckily, the candidate has cleared the third exam in December 22 as well. Right? The fourth exam, the candidate has planned, let's say, in June 23. And unfortunately, this time the candidate has not cleared. Then what will happen? The day he has student has cleared the first exam, which is January 22, from that date to 18 month, that is June 23, the student need to clear rest of the three exam. But unfortunately, the fourth exam the student has not cleared. So in this situation, the first exam will lapse and the window will start from the June 22, the day the student has cleared the second exam. So
Oh,
from
okay.
June 22 till December 23, the candidate need to clear now two exams. The first exam which is lapsed and the fourth exam which student has not cleared.
But this is really very tough actually. Rolling this is tough because in ICI, whenever we pass the exam, we unless there is a new change in syllabus, it is not getting lapsed.
But in US CPA syllabus gets changed every 6 months.
That is
It's
why.
very dynamic up to the global market standard.
Okay. Okay. Good.
That's the
Good.
reason it's been globally acceptable course and high demand across the globe.
Right. Okay.
Cool. So far, we have covered three main agenda items. Why I should think about doing a US CPA, what is an US CPA, and how I can become a US CPA. Right now, moving on to how we can help you in this journey. So, first thing, we provide you the learning management software of Surgeon CPA Review, which is number one CPA review course provider in the entire USA. So in this learning management software, you'll be getting 350 plus US professor pre-recorded video, which is covering all the topics by the US professor. Second, you will be getting electronic book for all the four subjects. Third, you'll be getting 7,700 plus multiple choice question to practice for the respective exams. And you'll be getting 400 plus simulation to practice for your respective exam. And then on the top of that, you'll be getting unlimited mock test. It's not like you'll be having a one mock test, two mock test, or three mock tests. You can sit for any number of mock tests. And the most important part of this learning management software is the unique technology. So far, like in all, almost all of us Indian, we have studied through a linear learning way of study. You know, first we, you can say, take the classes, whether it's like video classes, live classes, or physical classes, whatsoever it would be. Then we read through all the book, then we practice all the question, then we do the mock test, then we do the entire revision, and then we feel comfortable to sit for the exam. Right? It's so lengthy process, right? Whereas in US, in the surgeon, we have both the technologies. You can study through your traditional way of studying, the way you have studied so far in your life, which is called linear learning technology, but there's a smart way of learning as well. That is called ASAP technology. Like in earlier section, we discussed almost three and a half subject, you know more than 85%. Why you need to study those things which is already in your blood? For example, in accounts, in the examination, you may have journal entry, you may have bank reconciliation, you have account receivable reconciliation, account payable reconciliation, inventory accounting, profit and loss, balance sheet preparation, cash flow preparation, which is already in your blood being an accountant, right? So why you need to invest so much time again to study the same? Why not study in a smart way? That is called ASAP technology. How this technology actually work, before you start the study, they will give you 350 multiple choice question. And based on your response to those 350 multiple choice question in the software, which is an artificial intelligence software, that will do that will run the algorithm at the back in the software and come back with the result, and it will show you line by line in which area you have performed good or which area you already know, and most importantly which area is your weakness or which area you are not comfortable in the entire section. And then the software will not stop just over there. What next it will do, it will create a hyper personalized study plan for you. How this hyper personalized study plan work, they give you the list of video with the link. You just need to click the link and you need to watch that video of those area which were identified as a weak, so that you can listen or watch the video of US professor to build your understanding around those weak areas. Then next they will give you the hyperlink of the specific paragraph in the book which has been identified as a weak area, so that you just need to click a button. It will take you to the right that paragraph in the book which you need to read to build your understanding of those areas which has been identified as a weak area. And the software will not stop just over there. Then it will arrange all the multiple choice question relating to those area which were identified as a weak, so that you can practice those questions and strengthen your understanding. Then it will pop up the simulation as well relating to those area, so that you can master those area in which you have been identified as a weak. And after that it will give you a mock test and you will see the difference what you was at the initial stage and how you have performed in the mock test. In the US, it has been proven theory on more than 100,000 students that the student who have studied through ASAP technology, they have saved more than 70% of their study time, right? In addition to that, like I said, we will be providing you live classes on Saturday and Sunday. 11 to 4 generally is being our class time, and then, in addition to that, we'll provide like free webinars where we share tools and tips how to crack the exam, how to study for respective areas, how to, you can say, crack the multiple choice questions, simulation, written communication, and all those stuff, right? So these all offerings from our side. In addition to that, we give you 5 days free trial for the learning management software, and then we will give you the flexible payment option as well. So if you want to buy just a software, you can buy a software. If you want to buy the classes, you can buy the classes only. If you are already studying from somewhere else and wants to take live classes from us, you can take the live classes as well. And we have like EMI payment option as well, which is based on your credit card, right? And then we will be providing you mentor and counselor support. Mentor support is the teacher or professor who would be teaching you. You'll be getting his or her contact detail so that when you are studying at your own, if you have any challenge, you can reach out to the teacher or the professor. And then we have a dedicated team of counselor. They will help you in the evaluation process, board selection process, notice to schedule exam process, and all those administrative stuff. So that's a dedicated team who would be helping you in end to end the journey of becoming a US CPA. Right? On the top of it, if you studied through us, you pass the CPA, we will provide you free placement support. So these all are offering from our side. These are the reason why you should choose KC Global as your study partner to become a US CPA. Any question or doubt, I'll be more than happy to take before we
Yes,
jump into.
there are a few questions on YouTube. Should I ask or should I take it? And
Go ahead.
okay, just I'm going one by one. There is Mr. Rohit Gupta. He is asking this. Please tell us about United States audit.
United States audit. So for the private companies, it will be AICP auditing standard. For the listed company, it would be PCOB auditing standard. That is something you need to follow. And when you are studying US CPA, you'll be getting a deep understanding of both.
Okay. Next question is, can we? This is CA Manish Soni. Can we hold practice license in USA and in India simultaneously?
Yeah, US CPA allow to have multiple licenses of the different country, but Indian CA as of now is not allowed. So we are still working with the committee of the NARC as well as like Central Council Committee. Hopefully, in a year or so, you'll get the good news.
Okay. The third one is Ten Tenga. She is asking, is credit subject taken and become eligible to get extra credit above 90 credits?
At the max, NASMA provide 96 credit. Earlier they were taking WS evaluation as well. So WS was providing like around 120 credit if you are more than 60% in your commerce graduation. But now, like from December 15, 2021, the NASMA will be taking only the evaluation process. So WS evaluation is no more valid after 15th December. So now at the max you can get 96 credits for the
Okay.
commerce graduation. Yeah.
There is Mr. Aniket R.
But once again, one more thing here to add. But you can take advanced credit. So Guam board and couple of other board, they provide advanced credit. For example, you are a commerce graduate and wants to sit for the US CPA exam, but parallelly you have taken admission in MCOM. So you need to submit a particular form with the Guam State Board of Accountancy showing that you have taken the admission in this form, and you can take the advanced credit and sit for the exam. So you can note down the Arisha's number after this webinar, and for any further query, you can reach out to her.
Harisha, please put your number in your chat box, and I will share it there on YouTube so that people will ask you directly.
Sure, sir. And just adding to what Kamal sir has just told about the Guam board credits, there is one question on Facebook as well that we've received from Ayush Sharma, and we hope that's answered your question. He inquired about the Guam board advanced credit.
Okay. There's one more. Aniket R question has asked, for BCom fresh graduate, can they enroll for CPA? I think this has
Yes,
been right.
absolutely. Yeah, we have even third year student also studying with us and doing the US CPA study. And immediate after their third year of examination, they are sitting for the US CPA exam. Absolutely, you can sit for the US CPA exam by taking the advanced credit benefit from the Guam board and couple of other board who provides.
Tanka has given one more question. Is work experience in reputed MNCs in any way a form of credit that can be considered for eligibility to enroll?
Yeah, that's a good question. Some of the states, you can say, consider the experience certificate as well when you have short on particular credit. Like recently, one of our student, he was studying from Alaska State Board of. He has done the admission in Alaska State Board, and he was having short credit in the accounting subject, right? And then the alternate option was to, if you have an experience in accounting, you can take the, you can say, you can share the experience certificate certified by the US CPA, and you will be considered as an eligible to sit for the Alaska State Board of Accountancy. So yes, some state consider that as well.
There's another question by Shiraj Siddiqui. My name is Shiraj Siddiqui, qualified CA at 31 and done BCom from IGNU 1 year in 2020. How many credits will be I am eligible?
So if you're commerce graduate, 90 credit for commerce graduation. If you're a CA, then 60 additional credit. That means 150 credit. And if you have done 1 year of MCom, then 30 more credits. So almost like 180 credits you have, and you are completely eligible to sit for the exam.
So now I'm done with the YouTube queries. Now we make a
Okay, let's go into the couple of more slide. Yeah,
right.
so these are a couple of like association which we have, like Surgeon, which I was talking about, is being our US partner. They have like you can say study partner with more than 100 university in US. These are a couple of very renowned university which you might have seen, or maybe your brother, sister, or family member might be studying with these university, which include like Florida University, California University, Washington DC University, Michigan University, Rochester University, and so on and so forth. So they are being study partner or have association with many leading university in US. And Surgeon is also being like learning partner with more than 200 big MNCs in US, and we are also being study partner with the EY. And these all are you can say top 10 or top 12 name, which comes in a single slide, with whom like Surgeon is being study partner, which is like EY, PwC, KPMG, Deloitte, so on and so forth, right? Now, the last slide of the day, for which we all were eagerly waiting, right? How much would be the cost to me? So, for the learning management software, which is like US CPA course, Surgeon Review course, we'll be giving you at 69,900, including 18% of GST, right? And our live classes are for 29,000 only, including 18% GST. So, total cost would be 98,900, including 18% GST, and which will be including your mentor support, counselor support, and free placement support alongside with the learning management software and the live classes. In addition to that, there are a couple of costs which you directly need to incur, like for your evaluation. So here, these all would be in a US dollar. So we have calculated US dollar at the rate of 75 rupees. So for the ease of understanding in terms of rupee. So for the evaluation, it's almost like 16,000 rupees. For enrollment, around $100, which is 7,500 rupees. And examination would be around $557 per exam. So for four exam, it would be 1,69,000 rupees. So total cost which you need to pay to directly to the institute. How like in CA also we pay to the C institute, same way it will go to the NASPA and the respective state board of accountancy. So it would be around 1,93,000. So total cost, if you take only learning management software, would be around 2,63,000. If you take learning management software as well as live classes from us, it will cost you 2,92,000 rupees. And after that, if you want to take the license, if there is like exam requirement for ethics, it's $130 extra. Otherwise, licensing fees is on an average $150 for the respective state. So on an average, around $20,000, 20,000 rupees more. That is for the licensing part. So this is all the cost. At the end, at the max, it would be like 3 lakh rupees. And it's not one time, it would be spread over the period of time, right? And then these all are our contact details. We have our office in Delhi, which is in South, just opposite to Venkateshwar College in Satyaniketan, where like we, Arisha, and all our team sit. We have our branches in Bangalore, Mumbai, and Chandigarh, and their contact details is also here. So feel free to note down their contact detail for any further query. So now I'll be more than happy to take up if any question left over.
Thank you so much, Kamal sir. But we do have a question over the chat from one of the participants, Nishant Goyal. He says, is it possible to understand the source of information mentioning the requirement of CPAs in India? Say 65K tax experts or 100K CPAs in India.
Sorry, say that again.
He would like to know
Yeah,
this.
that is from our internal market research. So that's not in public domain.
That's about it from the Facebook that I've received questions. Thank you.
Yes, I have one more question here from Aniket. BCom, fresh graduate currently working since last 3 months in an MNC. Can they get extra credit?
No extra credit as such, but you're a commerce graduate, you are being completely eligible to sit for the exam by taking advanced credit from the Guam State Board.
Okay. One more query is there from Tanega. 3 lakh for all examination included and access to
Yes.
the till we clear the exams? Question mark.
Yes. Like if, for example, if you like if you're not cleared any exam, only the examination fees will go extra, which is 570, 550, $565 approx. So around 42,000 more per exam. But if you clear all in one go, which will definitely you can do, so it will be at the max like 2,92,000 rupees.
So the most important actually that we need to understand regarding that rolling out of that 18 months. So that
Yeah, it's
may
not
be
tough.
another
Like people generally do in 6 to 9 months, at the max 12 month USCP.
okay,
Like
okay.
how we do, like 2 months, 2.5 months, we teach one subject, and then we advise our student to take 15 minutes, 15 days break and sit for the exam. So like on an average
Okay.
in 2 3 months, like student clear one exam. It's not required to sit all the four exam in one go. Not at all.
Okay. So you are
They
saying
like
that the 4 hours exam is there and 100 mark is there, and out of 100 is 60 MCQ or something like this. What is the examination pattern?
Yeah. So it's like 50% multiple choice question and 50%
Okay.
is simulation. So every exam has different number of like multiple choice question. But in total it would be 50%.
And rest is simulation.
Yes. And you can sit for any exam in any sequence. It's not required you need to sit for account first, then audit second, then regulation. No. You can give any exam any day, any time, in any sequence you like it.
And how they
Exams
assess
happen
this?
all.
And how they assess this writing exam? For example, MCQ is if it is correct, then 100% you will be given marks. But what
Yes.
about this rest 50 writing questions? Writing questions, how
No,
step
it's not. It's not.
they
No, no. It's not. It's not writing question. It's like
Mhm.
data punching.
in SIM simulation.
Yes. In simulation, it's like data punching. No written kind of things. Only
Oh,
the
written.
written
Oh, it is
communication we
not.
have.
It is not written. Tell me something about this
No.
rest 50% something. How it is to
Yeah.
be
For
done.
example, in audit, they give you
Hmm.
like draft audit report with some fill in the blanks. And for that,
Oh,
those fill in the blanks, they will give you option to select which one is the right option.
okay, okay,
So
okay,
those
okay.
kind of. So only written communication they have in business environment and consent. So there would be three written communication in which you'll
Oh,
be typing, but those also like first level, you can say evaluation is been done by the bots.
okay. then certainly you are right in saying that the three questions, all these three out of this four, three will be easy for the professionals who have already done CA or something like
Yeah,
this.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
then you are certainly you are perfect, 100% right.
Yeah.
Very good, sir. This is really a very good session that you told us. It's really an eye-opening session for everyone who is listening to us. And
Thank you.
what about that? There are a few more questions. I'm taking it. How long do we have access to management app?
Say that again. How long?
How long do we have access to management app? Whatever app you are providing, how long
Yeah,
is it going to
unlimited
be?
access. We'll provide you unlimited access until you pass. It's not like 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. We'll give you the learning management software until you pass, and we'll give you the live classes until you pass.
Okay. Until it is until the candidate is passed, it will have access to that management app.
Yes, both learning management software as well as for our live classes. You can sit for our live classes anytime you like it.
Hmm, right. And second question is, as 18 months is from the date of first exam, but we will need to use the app to prepare before the first exam.
Yes, yes, definitely. Before studying, how can you sit for the exam? You need to study first.
Okay. And what is three written communication?
So that's maybe like you can say corporate communication. Let's say they may give you a scenario and ask you to write a letter to CFO, or maybe sometime they give you a like kind of audit scenario, then ask you to write a recommendation to the partner. So those kind of like written communications, like professional
Well,
communication, basically.
but that will not too much complex like we have faced in CA something like here in
No, no,
India.
like we'll teach you everything. We'll teach you everything. We'll,
Hmm.
we'll make you ready for the exam, undoubtedly. And our student has cleared in one go. All the students so far from our institute has been cleared in one go.
Wow, good. This
Yeah.
is really very good. Uh, and now, Arshia, madam, do you have any more question there on Facebook?
Not at the moment, but I would still request our participants if there is any question, you could always type in the chat box, or for an afterthought, we can always connect one on one.
Yes, yes. Okay. So I have given my number on YouTube. If anyone connects to me, then I will forward it to you, or I can share your number if you want.
Sure, sir. I've already done that with you over the
Okay.
chat. Thank you.
Okay.
Cool. Anything else I can help?
Can you elaborate on how to acquire advanced credit at GUM in exam? I think.
Yeah, yeah. So we have a dedicated team because there's a long form which we need to sit and like fill those form alongside with all your admission details. So we have like Arisha and our dedicated team of counselor who will be helping you to take those advanced credit.
Okay. Any questions? If anybody is who in the audience is, if anybody is having any question, please ask so that we can go ahead. We are done with our YouTube questions, and there is no question in the Facebook also. Kamalji, how is it easy to be their practice in USA actually? If anybody is doing the practice in USA as well as in India, so I don't think that it is possible to have both the practices at the same time because
No,
let's
that's what I said. Like this question has already been asked by one of like viewer.
Hmm.
Can we hold both the COPs or not? So US CPA do not restrict, but Indian CA as of now have not opened. So we are like continuously in touch with the Central Council as well as NIRC. Hopefully by next year we are hoping like CA will also uh, uh, do some relaxation. So that's the reason like I myself like we are holding US CPA license and like couple of other partners who are having like CA license. So we have like both the practices.
Hmm.
So you can also do like tie up with any partner. One can be having a CPA license, one can have like CA license, and both the work you can do under the
Hmm.
same umbrella. like all the big company do. Like if you see like EY we have US, we have in India, or any other big four company. So similarly, in the same fashion, you can do.
Okay, and what about that enrollment process? If you are having an enrollment in one state and you are having a license in another state, so is it going to affect your practice if you want to practice US as a whole? Then is there any binding
No, you need
situation
to
on
take
the person who has
the.
is there any binding
Uh,
situation on the person who has qualified CPA?
No, like in US, there are 55 states, you need to take the license from the respective state in for which you want to do the practice. And that license is being required only for signing. If you are providing advisory services, accounting services, taxation services, payroll services, those all are not signing requirement. So it's not too much required, especially if you're sitting in India. No, you won't get much, you can say, signing work. It's being required more for the credential perspective so that you can say to the US market, yes, we have a deep understanding of your laws and regulations, accounting
Right.
standard, and others.
But what happens if anybody has been given license in one state and can they practice in another? And how what do you time that you said that you're saying that it is being taken only average of 6 to 8 months to qualify the exams. If anybody is willing
You
to
can
qualify,
say like 8 to 9 months, 10 months, at the max 12 months. If you
and
plan 3 months, one exam in every 2 months, 3 months. So on an average, 9, 10, 11 months, at the max 12 months.
okay, so if anybody is willing to do that and if he's doing any job, then certainly he'll have to leave that job or then he'll have to
No,
come back
no.
to
10
the.
days, 10 days off is more than enough to sit for any exam. 2 months you study for the class, and then 10, 15 days you can take a leave and sit for one exam. That's more than sufficient. 2 hours of each day dedicated study is more than enough.
Okay. So, tell me about your experiences that you have faced any kind of challenges after taking US CPA or something like this, so that the people will be able to know about the next track, the conclusions, whether they like to
No, no,
continue with.
yeah, it's a very rewarding certificate, to be very honest. Like I said, I'm also a chartered accountant. I did my CA back in 2008, and now, like after like 12 or 13 years of my post qualification experience working in almost like 14 states in India and 4 countries in the world, I have chosen to do the US CPA because it's so much rewarding to me. Because like sitting in India, I can serve to many US clients, and in addition to that, like I have clients in UK, we have clients in Scotland, we have client in Belgium, we have client in Finland. So that's helping because it's being globally acceptable and as well as recognized degree. And we have
Right.
like student from Australia, we have student in Scotland, we have student in Ireland, we have student in like different part of the world as well who are coming to our classes.
Right. Right. Good. So certainly your discussion will give some insights to our students or working professionals also who are willing to do that. And so now we should conclude, or do you have any other thing to visit?
Arisha, do you have any question more left over?
I think we are done for the day, and I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Sir C. Ashish for giving us this opportunity, and to our dear participants both on Facebook as well as on YouTube for sparing their precious time with us. And we'll be very happy to assist you with any queries that you have or any questions in case that come in your mind later on when you ponder on what you've already discussed for the past hour. So thank you so much. Looking forward to hearing from each of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Arisha madam. Yes, definitely I will get in touch with you because I have already shared my number in public. Whosoever who gives me or approaches me, I will certainly give the number of to yours so that you may continue the discussion with him or her later on. Sorry. Now I would invite Mr. Rishabh Shah to give formal vote of thanks. Rishabh ji, are you there? Or is there any technical problem? Rishabh ji, are you there? I think actually Rishabh ji is into the Himachal. He has gone Actually, he is into the audits. He is working for some audit. He has to come back from the Himachal to here in Delhi, but yes, he could not come there. But due to some connectivity issue, he is not available right now. But yes, I am giving vote of thanks formally to all the connecting professional members and foundation also who have given this chance, given this platform to arrange this webinar. And further, I would like to thank Kamal Chavla ji, CA Kamal Chavla ji, who have given their wonderful deliberation on the subject. And certainly, there were many queries that have been raised by the viewers and attendees that we have replied. And further, Mr. Risha Sharma also, who is education counselor, also thank you for coming here to deliberate. And all the participants, all the attendees who have given their time, thank you very much. And further, not the last, we always would like to thank our IT partner, Satzi Technologies, who are always there with us for each kind of support, IT support. Thank you, Vinij also. Thank you, Kamalji. Thank you for sparing your time. Yes, we will meet certainly, and whatever queries I will get, I will forward it to you. Will be in touch. Thank you,
Cool.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.